played a ton, and we're really excited about. We're really proud of the hard work of the team. We got Mike in the corner there, who's the lead designer.
And Bruce is just making it right now.
Bruce
is actually making it right now. You're watching him kind of build the game.
It's a epic fantasy. You know, it's Bioware returning to our roots. And I think if you played any of the stuff that you loved from Bioware in the past, Baldur's Gate and some of the golden era, I guess, of RPGs, I think you'll love this game. It's definitely very reminiscent of that, but it's taken to the next generation of games. So you're going to see some great characters and really emotionally engaging narrative and beautiful landscapes to explore, and epic combat with really awesome tactics and fantastic creatures. This is dark heroic fantasy. It's not your traditional kind of fantasy. It's an evolution of what we've done in the past in a few ways. One of them is it's kind of fantasy with an edge or a twist. This is a dark, gritty, mature world, and that's part of what makes it interesting. Just to explore all the corners and nooks and crannies, you get rewarded for that in a big way.
Not really anything to add. You said it all. Actually, I'll just kidding. It's hard to express just how expansive the game is. Like I think Ray and I, like you said, both played it quite a bit, and it's amazing. I think one thing to really focus on is look at other folks' screen as they're making the various choices during the course of the game. You'll kind of see people going off in ways that, even if they're in the same general area you are, doing completely different things. It's one of the really exciting things about the game, and secondarily, just how big it is. It really feels like a big epic adventure. Something we're really proud of. The team did a great job. We both Ray and I played it a lot, and every platform. I think that's the other thing too. We both played on all the platforms, and they're all good. I mean, they're all unique. The console versions versus the PC versions have very different feels. It's worth actually exploring those two different versions if you have a chance as well. So, console's a little more actiony, PC's right in there, like classic RPG. Pretty exciting, and so we're really happy to finally be almost releasing this game shortly here. So,
team's done a great job. So maybe Mike want to say a few words as well.
Sure. I'll slide up here. Sure. In terms of our goals for the game's design, which I can certainly speak to, we did want to hit the idea, like the idea of the spiritual successor of Baldur's Gate, because the team needed something to go back to. When you create, you can't just set a great expansive fantasy epic, because that doesn't give you any real guidance. So for us, we wanted to make sure that we hit all the notes that made, I think, the Baldur's Gate games great. And certainly traditions we carried forward in Neverwinter Nights and that informed Mass Effect. So those, to my mind, are really compelling party members. Having banter, having the sense that the people that are with you are actually part of a team, working together with their own ideas, goals, and agendas. As well, combat that rewards you for playing smart. The kind of combat that when you charge into it, you sometimes get sat back down and you realize you need a new approach. You maybe need to move your archers, you need to have tactical positioning. Maybe your mage needs to move to a more support role. This is the kind of thing where the game is deep enough that you're actually able to customize your characters, customize your team, maybe bring in a specialist for, oh, I've got golems to fight, I'm going to bring in the guy who's got all of his golem abilities. He's very good at destroying them. We wanted to make sure that you felt that the choices you were making were consistently being not just rewarded, but also recognized over the course of the game. Because to my mind, that's where Bioware's stories shine, is that they pay attention to what you're doing. As a result, the player is, drawn into a world, and small choices that they're making, little, aggregate changes to the world start to build up. And after a while, you stop feeling like you're playing our game and start feeling like you're playing yours. And that was our big goal. And I know ultimately, you guys are going to decide how that feels. But I think that what you'll find, even just comparing notes over the next few days, is that it feels different for each of you. You kind of have a different, origin story that launches you into the game. Are you an elf from the city? Or are you an elf from the dales? That experience is very different. What type of dwarf are you, noble or commoner? Each of these origin stories will actually affect your perspective and the kind of feel that you have when you kind of become a Grey Warden. Once you reach that point, the game kind of guides you through, introduces you to the order that you eventually step into, these badass guardians who defend the world from everything, no matter what it takes, because the blight is coming. And once that's begun, the world opens right up. And you guys are going to get there probably later today and get a chance to see just how expansive it can be. Wide open world, huge map to explore. Carry on from there and find individual quests and really just take control. Build your army and defeat an archdemon your way.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. So you guys will have a chance to talk with Ray, Greg, and Mike later on over the course of your couple of days here. But I just wanted to thank you guys for stopping by and welcoming our guests here.
Have a great time. Thank you.